Hey Jimmy, how you going? When you're ready, just unmute.
Hello.
Here you are. You,
Yeah.
God, what is that in the background?
That's my video game, a little Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man game.
I was going to say that's not Pac-Man, is it? Because there's actually another marketer who also has a Pac-Man
Oh,
arcade
really?
game in her
Mm.
background whenever she's
Uh-huh.
on video. So. Look,
Yeah.
you're the only one that's come to the session today, which means that you get my undivided attention, which is really cool. I was just
Uh,
about to roll into taking everybody through Launch Advantage because, of course, everybody is pretty quiet in there in the moment.
hmm
And we really want to get things moving along. And I think it's tomorrow or the next day. Matt's going to join us because he is actually at the AdCon uh,
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
conference. Yeah,
hmm
yeah, 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 yeah. So it'd be interesting to see, what new things he's picked up there. And no doubt
hmm
he'll be wanting to discuss that with the community, so forth and so on. So tell me a little bit about you, Jimmy, because this is the first time that we've met.
It is. I've been doing online stuff for about 2 years now.
Mhm.
Um, Went through the normal thing, bought this, did that, did something else, all the shiny object stuff. It seems to be a reoccurring thing with a bunch of people online, so I don't
Mhm.
feel so bad that I spent so much money and didn't do nothing with it. But then I got in, then I started doing affiliate marketing. I found that more suited to to me. Um, and then I'm in OLSP right now, working
Oh,
that.
great.
So, and actually launched a product in January with Wayne through Warrior Plus, and that's kind of how I met Matt. He was my JV manager on that.
Hmm.
So, and then when he came out with this new course creation,
Hmm.
I, I got excited because I want to keep making products. I want to keep doing that. I want to be on the other side of the affiliate thing. I still want to do affiliate marketing, but I see the value and the money in the other side, so to speak.
Hmm.
So, I started going through that, and it really did a lot of the back end of Warrior Plus, how to set it up.
Hmm.
Now, the course creation with AI, I'm pretty familiar. I use AI, Chat GTP a lot. So I'm real familiar with that, but just the learning how to do the setup in the Warrior Plus, how to get that back end going, that's something I didn't pick up on my first offer.
Hmm.
So, but and I thought, well, I can do this myself. It's
Yes.
nice to have support of Wayne and them, but when they're taking a certain percentage and controlling a certain
Yes.
aspect, it's like, yeah, that's a learning experience for me. The money wasn't as good as I thought it was supposed to be, but I understand that. You got to pay
Mhm.
your affiliates, you got to pay your Warrior Plus fees, you got to pay your manager, the bonuses. A lot of people don't realize you can have a great launch and still make a certain small percentage of the money, especially when you're with other people doing it.
Yeah, that's right.
So so I figured I want to start doing on my own, and that course just really kind of lit a fire into me that I can do it. It kind of give me confidence. And then when the launch accelerator, getting you and Matt to help me get the JVs and stuff, that just kind of was no brainer to me.
Yeah, great, great, great. We're certainly pleased to have you here, Jimmy. And can I
Good.
get some information on your launch that you did? Like, how many sales did you do?
Um, and January, I think it was like, let me pull up on the other screen here.
So it launched in January this year? That's excellent.
January 21st. Uh-huh.
21st. What
It's
was the
called
name
it
of
was
the
called the
product?
two list success system.
Two.
It had two list success system. Now
Yep.
that was pretty much Wayne's course. I had like the third upsell solo ad training.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I really didn't contribute a lot to that offer because I was brand new,
Hmm.
but I definitely got some ideas.
Good.
That's
Yes. You have to launch your own product. That's how you learn.
Yes, it is. And that's why I come to realize that, but you don't know till
Yeah.
you know.
Once
You
you've
know.
done 10, you're a master.
Well, I plan on doing that. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm gonna put my Warrior Plus right quick.
Yeah, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, let's go through and see, what the numbers were like, all that sort of stuff. I do actually have a guide. I'm pretty sure it's in Launch Advantage. I'll check, but there is a Warrior Plus guide in there. But there's a lot that I probably do with the Warrior Plus setup that you might not have done before, but a lot of testing before the launch. Also, um, I've got a lot of tips. I've learned a lot of things over the years in terms of the Warrior Plus setup. And pricing, of course, every year is quite different with the pricing of a product.
Right.
And yeah, I run a lot of stats. Like if you guys have been into the courses inside of Launch Advantage and been into the case study, you'll see that I run an Excel sheet during the launch and I'm keeping a
I
close
saw
eye,
that. I saw that
yeah,
training.
on the
Like day
stats.
one, you did this, day two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That was
And during the
good.
day, in the morning when I wake up, which I just do a quick numbers check to make sure
Uh-huh.
that nothing has like drastically dipped or has something increased. Oh, which
Right.
affiliates just come on and mailed? Where have those
Yeah.
sales come from? So you really get a great picture, and I encourage everybody to be like, it really is a numbers game.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I've gotten really good at working out how to be in a positive ROI as well. And you
Hmm.
can, and yeah, I mean, that's probably like Matt and I did a lot of testing and stuff on Course Creation Warrior.
Uh-huh.
I've actually been meaning to do a video on it and put it into the case study because we did some stuff that we would never do with our own clients because
Right.
it's quite risky.
Mm.
No,
That's how you
but
learn. I mean, that's
that
how
was
you
the
develop
beauty
stuff.
of it
Yeah.
being our own product. We were like, let's test prices.
Right.
Let's
Yeah.
move things in the funnel.
Right.
Let's see what's working here and really take the opportunity to learn. And then we can share it with you guys as well and add that into,
Mm-hmm.
with our own clients too, with our own
Yeah.
launches that are coming up. So have you got the
Okay.
numbers there? What are the
I
numbers?
do. I had 522 sales. Uh, the conversion rate was 2%. Visitor value was 75 cents. The sale value, let's see, where's that at?
Oh, you might be looking at all time.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, let's because the
We
stats
just
that
had
have
the
been
launch.
impacted since outside of the launch. Let's just
Yeah.
capture this. Was it a 7-day launch?
Yep, 5 days. Uh-huh.
5 days. Let's just capture the date from the 21st of January until the
Okay.
26th of January.
Gotcha.
And let's
Yeah.
have a look at the stats that are there. Because yeah, I doubt that it was 2%. It's very low.
Yeah. 'Cause I've gotten a lot of let's see, it was actually from the 21st to the 25th. No, wait, one, 26. Let's make sure I got the wait, I'm on the wrong year here. Hang on a second.
That's
I got
okay.
2006 in here.
Oh yeah.
That's a little bit okay. I don't know how that got up there like that. Okay, let me just type it in here. 25. No, hang on, I got to manually do it.
That's okay. You just manually do it. Take your time. There's no
Yeah.
rush or anything. So let me just, I'm going to cook while you're doing that, you continue getting that out, Jimmy. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to head over here for everybody else who might be watching the recording here. You can
Okay.
jump into the case study here, and
Hmm.
inside of here, you'll see in my videos, maybe we'll go to this one, it might be.
I
Oh,
think that's the one I watched where you did your spreadsheets.
oh, yes, yes, yes. I have my spreadsheet pretty much. I use it. Oh, here it is. 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 All right. So this is the beginning of the sorry, that's a bit blurry. bit hard to see there. And maybe what I might do is I might actually just pop under this lesson here, the last one here. I'll put a copy of that spreadsheet here because as you can see, as the launch has gone on,
Uh-huh.
every single day I've worked on the numbers on the spreadsheet. And
Hmm.
so I use the color code too, so I can at a glance can see,
Right.
yeah, it's in the green zone, it's in the orange zone, which is
Hmm.
okay, but and anything in the red, it's like, oh, what's happened here?
Yeah. Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then also, for the first time, we were running three price points on one sales page, which was really interesting. And
Hmm.
there was much debate on that because Frank actually has a business model that is called the $5 Fridays. I don't know if everybody is familiar with the $5 Fridays, but Frank has this awesome business model. But it
Hmm.
isn't in the low end, it's in the low cost market. And
Uh-huh.
so he was like, oh, no, 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 no. I couldn't possibly charge, 197. But it was really, I was like,
Yeah.
no, Frank, I'm telling you, I've seen your people spend
Mm.
$2,000. I'm like, you're undervaluing, yes, you're giving them enormous value,
Right.
but they do have money. They do want to spend more money given the opportunity. And
Hmm.
obviously, the product that was associated with the 197 all through the funnel was an incredible product. Like people get so much more, so much for it. Like one of the products in the funnel, he would normally sell for $6,000, which is his coaching.
Uh-huh.
And so like it really is a no-brainer at 19197. And that is
Hmm.
actually a great price point at the moment. It seems to be doing quite well, that price point.
Okay.
But so you got the
All
number
right.
there?
I do.
Fabulous.
It's 439 sales at 7% conversion rate,
Okay, good.
$3.09 per visitor.
Yep, good.
The final total was $18,274 total revenue.
Okay, well that's not bad.
So
And so when you go into the 7%, can you tell me what the conversion rate was on the front end? Just the front end product.
yeah, let me break that
Because
down.
that 7% will be the
Right.
combined.
Yeah. Let's see.
So if you press the little plus button, it should
Yeah.
open it up.
Okay. The first okay. No, that's the whole. Um, yeah, it's still 7%. The upsell was 24%, 11%, 3%, 3%. Uh,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, 7% is
332 was the
good.
front end. I didn't sell much outside the front end. I sell 332 out of
Ah,
439 front end, so there wasn't a lot of
yeah. And
upsells.
that's where the profit, I guess that's where you lose a lot of the profit. How many of did you have a bump?
No, I didn't have no bump.
Did you have so OTO one, how many units did you sell?
OTO one was I sold 37. That was 11%.
And how many units of the front end?
332.
330. Oh, 332. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this also was Wayne and them's first time doing this like this. And there was on launch day, there was a lot of hiccups, a lot of missed links. Um,
Oh, you guys didn't test? Oh, you're right. It is 11. It's 11.14%. And that
yeah.
is, it's not the worst, but really,
Mhm.
the benchmark would be to be at 25%,
Uh,
25% conversion rate with OTO1. So a lot of the
mhm.
time, testing needs to be done with the headline and all that sort
And
of
I
stuff.
don't know what they did on the back end testing. I don't know how they set it up.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
got a
I'll
couple of
teach
videos.
you how you do the testing.
Yeah, that's what
So
I'm looking forward to. Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm actually about to do some testing on a product. So maybe what I'll do is I'll create a video and I'll put it inside of Launch Advantage as well.
Hmm.
But when it comes to when your product is all set up inside of Warrior Plus, I'll be here to go in with you and have a look and test it with you too, because
Good.
that's really important. But
Hmm.
basically, we reduced before
Right.
the launch, a few days before the launch, sometimes a week before the launch, whenever the product is actually ready, it's been approved, everything's in place, you're launch ready, basically, you're launch
Uh-huh.
ready. The next thing is obviously, your number one priority is recruiting affiliates. So at the
Right.
beginning of every day and at the middle of every day and the end of every day, you would just be talking to affiliates, recruiting affiliates, all that sort of stuff. So after like in between that, you can set aside some time and it only really takes about 30 minutes, not even that,
Hmm.
to do a full funnel test. So we just reduce the price on everything to $1 and
Right.
then literally go into an incognito browser and
Hmm.
grab the test sale link from inside of Warrior Plus under settings. There's a test sale
Right.
in there. And then you
Hmm.
put it in the browser, and that will take you to the sales page. And then you just go and purchase the product yourself for $1.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
you go through the funnel. So I go through the funnel. I probably do about 10, at least 10 tests of different
Uh-huh.
scenarios, right?
Hmm.
Because I'm buying the front end, I'll buy the OTO one, I'll buy OTO two, and I'll buy OTO three. And then I'll be
Right.
checking to make sure that the funnel worked and went to each correct page as it should.
Uh-huh.
Also checking to make sure that the members area is delivered correctly and that I
Right.
get access to all of those upsells. And also I check my email address to see if I've received the email receipt from Warrior Plus. Have I received the first welcome email from the vendor? Because you want
Hmm.
a welcome email to go out,
Right.
all that sort of stuff. So I check all that sort of stuff. And then I purchase again, but this time I'll get the front end. I maybe will find another button on the page to click because you want
Hmm.
to test all the buttons that are on the front end
Right.
page. And then
Uh-huh.
you go to OTO1, and so then I'll either choose to buy from a different button that's on that page, or I'll
Hmm.
do the no thanks and see where that
Uh-huh.
takes me, and
Right.
so
Yeah.
forth and so on. So I just keep doing different scenarios
Until
until
you done played out. Yeah.
satisfied that
Right.
I've checked every button, the funnel's working, and all that sort of
Hmm.
stuff. And Jimmy, I'll tell you, I always find mistakes.
Yeah. Best you find them than the customer.
Every time I run a dollar test, I'm like, oh, jeepers, this didn't go, this went, sometimes it can go all sorts of different places. And
Hmm.
then, or like all sorts of things can go wrong, or you didn't get the email, or this or that.
Yeah.
And so then you've got to go in and fix it. There's always a
Mhm.
mistake. We are human. We make
Right.
mistakes. There's guarantee that you cannot ever, ever, ever go into a launch without testing your own funnel. And then after that, after I've fixed all the problems, I do a final test, make sure everything's
Hmm.
good. And then I increase the prices back up. But then I go back and I double check. There's different places you can go to double check that you've put the price back. Because one time
Right.
I went into a launch and I
Hmm.
didn't change the price back on the bump. And the
Uh,
bump, instead of being $20 or something, it started selling
hmm.
for $1. And I saw sales coming up on launch day, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I've not changed the price somewhere. Yeah, you have a mini heart attack. I went in and fixed
Yeah.
it, you know. But you can't actually check these things enough.
Right. I understand.
And then even before the launch, I'll just do another little check sometimes, or sometimes I'll get another person to run a dollar sale
Mhm.
check.
Yeah.
But you can't overdo it. Yeah. So that's probably, you've learned that lesson, no doubt.
Yeah. Yes.
Um, and yeah. Yeah, so 7% on the front end is good. That $3.90, uh, that's, do you know what the average orders? I could probably work that out actually, because you told me what the revenue is. Let me just calculate that, what the average order value is. Yeah, because there is a way to price your launch to sort of make sure that you're in a positive ROI at the end.
Right. Uh-huh.
So your revenue was 18,274
Mm-hmm.
and you had 439, no, sorry, you had 300, 332 front end sales.
Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that average order value is actually exceptional. It's $55. So so the average person who came into the funnel actually did spend $55. So I think what you said earlier is probably what's happened here. There's too many people with their hand out. You're
Yeah.
having to send a percentage to Matt.
Mhm. Yeah.
He's going to kill me when he sees this. You're having to send, did you have to send a percentage to Wayne Crow?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Because he did
Then,
90% of it. I mean, I had one thing in the
oh,
funnel, and I knew that going in. That's why I wanted, you know, as I go through this, I want to make it my own. So the whole
right.
thing is mine. And, I understood, what I was getting into. I knew he was going to take a percentage, and that was fine because I was learning. I
Yes.
wanted it. This is something I wanted to do. And I know you don't make the money at first. You learn how to. Then once you get it down, you do a few, then you can start making the money. So
Yeah.
they got a percentage, and then they was my biggest affiliate seller too. So he got the affiliate commission.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
so
Damn it.
even though I didn't make much money, a few thousand, I was pleased with at least getting out
A
there, at
few
least making
thousand
that
is
money
good
out. Yeah,
for a first
I just
launch. Oh my
and I
God.
got like 122 affiliates promoting my product.
Oh, exceptional.
So, so I thought it was based on not making a lot of money, just the experience. It was invaluable.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
just made
yeah.
me hungry for more. But now that I know
Yeah.
more, I think I could do better,
Oh,
and I want to do better
absolutely.
each time.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, I mean that is a huge success. So congratulations
Mhm.
to you. Like that's an excellent average order value, 7% conversion rate. You've
Mhm.
learnt loads. You've walked away with a few $1,000s. You've also walked away with over 100 affiliates that are
Mhm.
now you're connected to. And,
Yep.
you can continue to nurture those relationships with those affiliates. No doubt you also got the buyers list.
Yeah. I got a buyer's list.
Fantastic. Yeah, so you can continue to nurture that buyers list. And then, there can be, my recommendation for you would be, is that, you really only just need two or three very loyal partnerships with affiliates.
Hmm.
And, yeah, you'll have a bigger pool of affiliates, but you will want to do some reciprocation. And obviously, you want to align yourself with other vendors.
And I have. I've promoted
Yeah.
a lot of Matt's products. Uh,
Right.
Jay Kennedy. There's a couple of them that actually send me, um,
Right.
DMs on Facebook or emails with future
Right.
launches and stuff like that.
Oh
So,
my gosh, Jimmy, I'm so excited for you because you are well and truly on your way here.
hmm
And yes, but you're right. While the momentum is there, you've really got to keep launching and you want to launch at least one product every 2 to 3 months.
and I did get deal of the day once.
Oh my
So,
God, congratulations.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
well,
that's
even the $18,000 revenue launch, that's a
mhm.
pretty solid, that's a pretty solid start. I would be
Mhm.
absolutely wrapped with that if I was
Yeah.
you. Yeah, absolutely wrapped with that. And yeah, 332 buyers.
Mhm.
That's great. That's great. So
Mhm.
yeah, on to the next thing. So do you have a product idea?
I have several. That's one of my favorite things to do is kind of solve problems. And so if I have
Yeah.
a problem, I try to solve it. Then I think, well, other people have it. And I know everybody in online marketing, there's only like 10 major problems, but it's the angle that you present it to because not everybody's at the same level of problem. It's the same problem, but they're at different levels of it. And
Mm.
so I'm trying to throw a different angles than what I see out there. I see everybody, traffic is the biggest thing, I think, traffic and AI.
It is.
Um, so, you got to figure out how can you do something different but be helpful and, come at it another approach to help people. And that's what I try to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, of course, the buyer click system was a massive success,
Hmm.
you know, and it's a very unique product. And
Yeah, it was. Hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But you see, also Jeremy Kennedy had a traffic product that he had really good success with. So,
Yeah, I
and I
promoted
think
that when it sold a few on it.
yeah, brilliant. See, DePapa, Demetrius DePapa, he
Hmm.
last year, I think it was last year or the year before, he bought out Traffic Wave, which is using Pinterest to get
Uh-huh.
traffic, right? And
Hmm.
so he had a method and a way of doing that. That was a highly successful launch, sold
Hmm.
2,000 units. And so
Yeah.
he's doing a remake of that and launching that this year. So that'll probably
Mhm.
do really well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you have a particular way that you've been able to master traffic
Hmm.
that is easy for somebody else to follow and do themselves, yeah, absolutely. I would, that is a recipe for a hot selling product.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody needs traffic. Everybody's trying to solve that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's not enough of those launches. There's not
Right.
enough, really, because it is the hardest thing, I guess. One of the
Yeah.
hardest things. And you have to be really good at lead gen. And it is just
Right.
lead gen. So if you have a way that you can do that, you do lead gen that you've learned from being in the OLSP. I think I've said it right. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Renamed it.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously that's a lead gen group
Uh-huh.
who specialize and work in solo ad traffic and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, that would definitely be a great product idea. And like you say, yeah, and then what I found that worked really well in the buyer click system is that they just want more of what you're offering in the front end on OTO1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
up. Yeah. I understand what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, so just keep that simple. Keep that
Right.
simple. Yeah.
And
So
it is. I
it's
mean, if you
just,
got a good product and you just give them a basic and then the upsell is more of
yeah,
it, more.
upsize, yeah,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody loves
unlimited,
upsides. Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can do
Mm.
an unlimited something on there or a done for you package,
Uh-huh.
more of the front end. Yeah, time and time again, I see it. I've tried different things there, but really, and it's just more
Right.
of the
Yeah.
front end that they want to buy.
Yeah.
And then the rest, the other two, the reseller seems to go really well.
Hmm.
Especially if you are not, especially if you have a minimum requirement. And I would absolutely recommend that all of you be really cautious with your first launches and your launches.
Hmm.
Is anyone that doesn't have any sales, if you don't know them personally, then
Right.
you won't be wanting to approve them to promote your product because they're
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
yeah, you want to just a minimum of 25 plus sales gives you enough information that you can see what their refund rate is like. You can also see that they're capable of getting sales.
Uh-huh.
And typically, those people use their real name, they have real Facebook profiles, all that sort of
Right.
stuff. And there is
Yeah.
a theme there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Yeah, if they have no sales and stuff, they could spam the living daylights out of your offer, and you really don't want that. So don't feel it is better to restrict it. And the last OTO is the reseller. So if they're serious, they'll buy that if they
Hmm.
really want to have access to your product. So the last one could be a reseller.
Yeah.
And then, hello, doggy.
Yeah. She makes an appearance from time to time. That's
Hello.
that's Mocha, my Labradoodle. So
Oh,
she don't
gorgeous.
like she likes to lay in here with me when I'm working.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
that is special. Yes, so yeah, and then the other two well, OTO2, well you can
Hmm.
have just three OTOs, you can have
Uh-huh.
40 OTOs, but really anything more than four, I just you get massive buyer fatigue as soon as they
Yeah.
go to
I
your
do that too. When
one,
I
to
have to
be
keep
honest.
clicking, no thanks, no the it's like, come on now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it is like something that has just come to them at the right time and they're like, I need the whole thing, like for you,
You're right.
with the Course Creation Warrior, it's just come at the right time for you. You've launched a
Yeah.
product, you want to do it by yourself, you need, more
Mhm.
guidance, you need insight. It's a no-brainer for you. You're like,
Right.
this is what I'm doing and I'm doing it. I'm not just buying
Yeah.
this and not doing it. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
This
worth,
hit me at a good time. It did.
yeah, yeah, it hit you. And yeah, your product will hit people at the right time and they'll buy the whole funnel. And then some of them will just buy the front end, some will buy bits and bobs, and then so yeah, we'll just really have to think about what's going to go in the
Okay.
OTO2 spot.
I
That
got you.
is, again, solves the same problem with traffic,
Right.
but or it can be, access to some businesses for them to promote. So it could be that you give them access to your previous product
Uh-huh.
to promote, or
Hmm.
and also that's a hard one too, because ideally we would rather have all of your own products in that product as well. But
Right.
there's other things that you can put in there that will be congruent with your offer,
Hmm.
but also a lot of the time they might want to buy into another type of traffic.
Right.
Yeah, so it could be that you're selling another type of traffic there. And we can break down and have a look at some of the other offers that are in there. With the buyer click system, we did on the front end 1,000 clicks. On
Hmm.
OTO1, or the bump was actually a case study on how Frank Andres smashes leaderboards, because obviously he would go and send three emails and win a contest and walk away with,
Yeah.
$10,000 and 200
Hmm.
emails that he sent to those guys.
Yeah.
So because he is a traffic gen specialist and he's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger over the
Right.
years. So he's very powerful in terms of that. So
Hmm.
and OTO1 was, okay, would you like to double up and get 2,000 or 3,000? We made it 3,000. So you'd get an additional 2,000 or
Uh-huh.
5,000 or unlimited. So we had three price points on there.
Right. Uh-huh.
And then OTO2 was that was banner ads. Banner ads. Now that actually didn't go so well because I think people were a little bit confused about what the banner ads were, but anybody who
Right.
knew what it was, they
Uh-huh.
saw it as being incredibly valuable and bought it.
Right.
And that was only
That's
for
just
a
not a
limited
real common
time.
thing, for people who's just starting out. Wire banner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
experienced
Frank
people
actually
probably would.
has about 80 websites. So those banners would be on those 80 websites, they get a
Uh-huh.
lot of traffic.
Yeah.
And then the last one was his monthly mentoring group, which we
Hmm.
sold a decent amount of that. But typically the mentoring groups, they drop quite a bit and you'll see in the stats, I think it converted at maybe like 4% or something.
Uh-huh.
So it does drop considerably by the time, someone gets there. Sometimes people just want like that quick win, They don't want to do
Right.
the work. They just want traffic. They
Exactly.
just want to get sales, da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then there's others that are super serious who actually want to go to his sessions and find out how he did it and get him to build them a traffic machine as well, which he calls it a
Yeah.
traffic machine. So yeah, no, I'm super excited for you. Do you have a date that you're working to with your product launch?
Not right now. I just kind of working on just getting the foundation, so to speak.
Hmm.
And this, you know, I know you got another live coming up with Matt.
Yes.
I got a couple other people I'm talking to about this. So I'm hoping they'll
Great.
join, so we could kind of do it as a team
Together.
too. You know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I ain't really thought about a date. I'm really kind of just trying to get my head around it right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
got some ideas, and I wouldn't mind, you know, sending them to you, let you look them
oh
over. Just
yes. Yeah,
you
you can
know,
send them to me and I'll send you back some feedback on that. I'll do a Loom video and send that to you and you can have a look at it.
okay, and
Yeah, I'll
that
give
way
you some feedback.
I can see am I going the right direction? Is this
Yeah,
something
sure, 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 sure.
sellable? Is this something somebody's already done too many times? To kind of
Yeah.
before I get too
Yeah, the
deep
too
into
many
it.
times done thing, or if other people have done it before, is not really such a big deal, to be honest.
Okay.
Um, because you'll do it in a different way. Uh,
Right. Yeah. I hope
but
it
yeah,
is.
obviously it's great if it's more unique and fresh.
Right.
Yeah. The other thing I would say to you is that absolutely commit yourself to a launch date. So have a look at
Okay.
the calendar. It doesn't matter if it's July, if it's August, if it's September, what date it is.
Hmm.
You find a date, you commit, that's the date that I'm launching. You get that in your calendar, you get that in front of you, and then work backwards to what you need to do first.
Uh-huh.
Because
Okay.
without a date, you could end up still being in the same position
Yep.
in a year's
Yeah.
time. So, yeah, that's what I found when I first started launching. We just got dates into the diary for the
Hmm.
entire year
Uh-huh.
and then just committed to it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I kind of need that
it was
pressure
a lot of
myself
work,
sometimes. Yes. Yes. Uh-huh. I tell
but
you,
it was worth it.
I want, my goal is to launch either within 2 months, if not
Yeah,
sooner, no later than 2 months.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So, but I will sit down, give a specific date, and because
yeah.
I do
Good a
need,
date.
sometimes I need that focus. I need that little pressure to motivate me
Yes,
to, okay, I got to do this because now I committed to this date. Yeah, you're right. I will
exactly.
drift if I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, commit to the date and then also say to yourself, so then you have the launch date and then
Hmm.
go back 4 weeks and go, well, this is the date that I've really got to start recruiting affiliates.
Uh-huh.
So then I know by this date, I have to have my product created. I have to have all my sales pages ready. I have to have my offer built inside of Warrior Plus. This is the
Yeah.
best practice stuff. This is what I'm saying is the best way to go about a launch is to
Uh-huh.
have all of those assets done, your emails, your JV swipes, your tools, everything ready 4 weeks
Hmm.
before you launch. Then you're just concentrated on affiliate recruitment and talking to people and so forth and so on and getting in their calendar 4 weeks
Right.
beforehand, 3 weeks beforehand, 2 weeks,
Okay.
reminders, 1 week, 3 days,
Mm.
1 day, 1 hour.
Yeah. Okay.
Bang, we're
Okay.
off.
Yeah.
You've got to, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the magic
Hmm.
in a perfect scenario. Now, these days, Matt and I, as JV managers, obviously we have years in the industry and have nurtured relationships over years. And
Hmm.
so there are times when we can start promoting a launch 2 weeks before, a week before, but
Right.
it's dangerous ground to be in. With the buy a click system, I started promoting that at least 4, maybe 5 weeks beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
It was way back in the end of March. No, way back in, it was probably like a week. Yeah, it was in March that I started talking to affiliates about it. I
Uh-huh.
started talking about it on my socials that it was
Right.
coming. I started talking about the emergency income kit that was coming. And then I
Mm-hmm.
started putting, it was really tricky because obviously it's better if you just have one launch that you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah. There,
Mm.
don't underestimate that time, because so many launches fail and don't get any sales and stuff because that's not been fully understood that you got to do that. Once you get into
Okay.
the swing of things and you've got like, five, six, seven, eight, nine launches under your belt,
Mhm.
you've started to build a reciprocation process with some other vendors. It would be great if they're here in the Launch Advantage community because you guys can all grow together. And that's part of the
Right.
reason Matt and I wanted to go to the extra effort of doing this community.
Uh-huh.
We're like, wouldn't it be awesome if we could get like a group of
Oh
new
yeah.
launches,
Mm-hmm.
new vendors, and
Mm-hmm.
really help them to get out there and understand what needs to be done to be successful.
Yeah.
And timing was great for both of us. We were like, yeah, tick tick, I'm thinking the same thing. So yeah, no, I'm excited for you, Jimmy. So yeah,
Them
do you have
too.
any other questions?
Not right now. So how do I send stuff to you through the launch,
Yeah,
through
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
community?
Yeah, so you
Okay.
could just private message me through Launch Advantage. You can
Okay.
also email me directly at launch@paula-maree.com.
Okay.
That's
I
my
think I
email.
got that. Yeah.
Launch@paula-maree.com. That's my email address.
Okay.
You can also just ping me on Facebook. I'm also in Teams. Like so many,
Okay.
however you want to send it to me, I'll get it. I'll get it.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
you can
Okay.
just follow up by going, I sent it through here, or I sent it here. Not sure I sent
Yeah.
it
I
here.
got you. Okay.
Just
I know.
wherever.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll shoot you some ideas of what I've done, and then if I have any questions, I'll definitely get with you.
Yeah.
And
Cool,
when
cool.
is
I'm
that? When's
super
the
excited.
next? When's that next live?
Okay, the
Wednesday.
next live is the Kickstart session with Matt and Paula-Maree is Wednesday the 30th at 5 p.m. EST. Wednesday
I'm
the
on Eastern.
30th. So this
Yeah.
Wednesday, 5 p.m. EST. Yeah. And so Matt and I will be on there. Are you in the US?
Yes, I'm on Eastern time.
Oh,
Yes.
great, great, great. Well, it's good time for you then. Is five
Yeah.
o'clock a good time for you?
Oh, yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
Okay, good, 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 good.
5
Yeah,
p.m. Eastern time. But I was going to get with the other two that I'm talking to. I know Jan's already joined. She's in
great.
Australia, so her timing may be a little harder to pin down, but
Yeah,
I'll try to.
whereabouts in Australia is she?
I'm not sure. I just know she told me Darwin.
Oh,
I,
Darwin. Oh my
I
God, I
think
used to
so.
live in
Yeah.
Darwin.
Okay. She's um she's from there, and then the other one's from Canada, and she's on Eastern time too. So
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Well, the Australian one is fine because the 5 p.m. Will probably be like 7. Oh, yeah, I suppose I should have a look and see because Darwin time is slightly different from me. In
oh, you're in Australia too.
Yeah, I'm in Australia. I'm
Oh,
in Melbourne.
okay. Don't take
Yeah.
offense, but the English and Australian accent, I don't know which is which.
Yeah. Well,
But
actually,
yeah.
I'm a New Zealander. I'm a New Zealander. I'm from
Oh,
New
okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I've been living in Australia. Well, first of all, when I came over, I shifted to Darwin and I lived there for
Uh,
4.5 years. So
hmm
I had one of my children there.
Okay.
And then we shifted down to Melbourne and we've been in Australia for about 15 years.
Okay.
Yeah. But we just travel back to New Zealand every year, catch up with the family over there. But the boys are really settled here with college and all that sort of stuff. So I'm like, we ain't
Yeah.
moving because I really want them to, because they're at college with their kindy mates.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, and they're playing basketball with the same guys that they played basketball with when they were at primary school and they were
Oh
only age
yeah.
6 years old.
Yeah.
and they're playing footy with these guys too that
Yeah,
they've
they got their own
known
community. Yeah.
since they
Uh-huh.
were 5. And I'm like,
Wow.
oh no, these are lifelong friendships. We can't move
Yeah.
anywhere as much as we would
Right.
love to. I'm like, we ain't going anywhere. We'll stay here for them
Yeah.
so that they can, have these wonderful
Oh
relationships.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's good. My daughter, she's 26 and she's going to vet school in St. Kitts in the Caribbean. So,
Yeah.
how that is.
Ah,
Okay.
what's she doing in the
Yeah.
Caribbean?
She's going to vet school.
Oh, vet
Right.
school. Oh, how
Uh-huh.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. She's got about another year there, and then she'll come back to the States, and they'll place her in a university to finish out
Oh,
her last year. So, yeah.
brilliant. Oh, well, you'll be looking forward to getting her back home.
Yeah, I will. Of course, she's married. She's been married about a year now. Her husband's with her, but
Yeah.
she's still my baby. So,
Oh, of course. I know exactly what you mean.
yeah.
All righty. I'll catch you later, Jimmy. Pleasure
All right.
chatting with you.
I
Super
enjoyed it.
excited for
Thanks.
you.
All
Awesome.
right.
Talk to you
All right.
later.
Bye.
Bye.